Hello, everyone. I'm Sonakshi Gandhi. I'm a clinical psychologist at the Mind Garden. There is a common saying that it's easier to build a stronger child than it is to repair a broken adult. Child mental health is a very important aspect of overall well being and healthy development of the child. Yet, it can be extremely difficult to identify signs and know what to do when a distressing time like the one that is there in the present, COVID 19, is experienced. Continuing our video series on conversations about mental health, we will be talking about child mental health, its importance, protective factors, and various strategies that can help build stronger children. To this effect, I have here with me a very special guest, Dr. Roma Kumar. Dr. Kumar is one of India's leading psychologists with over 30 years of experience in clinical practice. She is the founder director of Saksham, which is a child and adolescent guidance clinic. I welcome you, Dr. Kumar, and I thank you for speaking with us today.
Hello, Sonakshi. It's great to be with you here, and I'm sure we are going to enjoy talking about the questions that you're going to be asking me.
Ma'am, for the benefit of those watching us, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so as mentioned, I've been in this field for over 3 decades, and I'm associated with two big hospitals. One is Sir Gangaram Hospital, and the other is Max Hospital. And as you mentioned, that I run my own clinics by the name of Saksham. I'm also the chief child psychologist for Moms Belief, which is an organization that works primarily for the special needs children. And other than that, I do a lot of consultatory work for the mental health field.
Okay. Dr. Kumar, why, according to you, should children's mental health be taken seriously?
I think it's time that we start thinking of children, especially because there are so many issues related to children that have come up, and people have started addressing those areas, and also children have been asking for help in those areas. So children are human beings. So anybody who's a human requires some bit of mental health help. And very often we overlook certain areas of children, and child mental health is actually a very important area of parenting, especially when you become parents. You need to address areas of concern for children, and it will help us in their physical development, in their emotional development, in their social development, and development as such, where they become happy individuals.
Ma'am, you mentioned that overall development is important for a child. What do you think would be some of the factors that lead to good mental health in children, and how can they be further nurtured or cultivated?
So we need to create a sense of belonging with them. We have children, but nobody teaches us parenting. So when we have children, we come with our own perceptions, our own thoughts about raising children. And especially the fact that the way we were raised, and we come back with those questions that probably the way I was raised, I will not raise my child in that manner. And then we come up with various areas where, that parent is raising their child in that manner. So I start aping and copying those methods, and sometimes it just doesn't suit us. And children ape adult behavior. So when children are aping that adult behavior, I think we also need to help them develop their resilience. So if they land up with some problem in their life, and they don't have that coping strategy, then that leads up to a problem for them. So it's developing competency for them, in many manners, developing their competency. And also it's their belief system which needs to be worked on. That means culturally we need to connect with them, we need to nurture them in a certain manner, and we also need to keep on having communication with them, engaging in conversation.
In the difficult time that we are seeing today with the COVID-19, the pandemic, and the lockdown, is there a unique way in which you see children being impacted in terms of a mental health perspective?
I see children as really coming up as unsung heroes over here. They are actually behaving very, very well. Um, if we are helping them be in the house, especially with their online classes going on, and they are not allowed to go outside the home. And there are many homes which only have one room or two rooms, and yet they are inside the house. I think I would commend the children that they are actually understanding the gravity of the situation. And it's the adults who are probably not understanding that part, that they need to have that social distance. But our children are definitely learning that. The areas of concern which were there earlier, that we were wanting our children not to be so much on the digital stuff, but unfortunately now everybody is on that digital stuff. But yet I would say that some digital detox is important, and children also will be gearing up for that. Second is not to put so much of importance to the news that is coming in every day. If as an adult I'm watching that news quite a bit, and I'm anxious and I'm panicking and I'm scared about that uncertainty which is there, my child is going to definitely get impacted. And with the child lines coming up with a lot of child abuse statistics which has come up largely during this time, I think what we need to do is also address the area of actually understanding children in a different manner, and also talking to them, involving them in their household chores. And also this is time to reflect, reconnect, and have a completely new normal, which is a family. Family is the most important, everything else is secondary. So we had forgotten all of that. I think this is the time that we have to pick up those strings and be happy with that.
You mentioned just now that there could be some ways in which parents could, help connect with their children. What do you think could be some other ways in which families, especially parents, at a time like this, what they can do to help their child feel a little safer and more reassured?
Talk to them, basically talking to them, and also telling them about the current situation, but not giving them grievous details about things, and also helping them understand if their academic stuff is there. Or there are lots of online board games also which are there, we play with them, get them to water the plants, get them to help you in the laundry, get them to actually make or assist you in the meals. And when a child is anxious, we need to address that need of the child, is to get him less anxious. That means let's get down together to do some meditation, let's get down to do some dancing together, let's get down to just playing some game on a board game together, or reading books with each other. That will also reduce the anxiety. And also when the child sees that the parent is with them and the parent is not anxious, the child gets less anxious.
Also, Dr. Kumar, what could be some of the indicators in general that can help parents to kind of identify when professional help is needed for their child?
I would give a general thought to that if you feel that the child's eating patterns are affected and over a longer period of time, or the child is having difficulty in his sleep pattern, or the biological sleep pattern has got affected, in the sense the child is sleeping more in the daytime and is awake at the nighttime, or there are regressing grades which the parent sees. And if the child is also very isolated and withdrawn and not wanting to sit with the family and connect with the family, or there are times when the child gets really very angry, and sometimes also sees some abuse within the family in some form, and he or she also gets abusive, that's another area of concern. And the other is if the child is too much onto certain sites which are not right for his age, or they are not age appropriate, and children are going to a lot of sites and they're experimenting and exploring. And I would also advise, since this is a time that everybody's in the house together, kindly keep away all the substances which are there, which the children can explore and experiment. And that needs to be away, because children these days are exploring and experimenting in many forms. Also, if there are excessive crying episodes, and this all happens over a longer period of time, if it happens for a day, 2 days, 3 days, and it's gone, we don't need to be worried. Also, I would say that the parent needs to be having a little hawk's eye on the child, keeping a little understanding on the child's peer group and who the child is connecting with more often. And I don't think we need to be really harsh with our children or get really angry. and create more panic in them, I don't think it's essential. If we sit and connect with our children, talk to them, communicate, things get sorted out.
I thank you, Dr. Kumar, for highlighting these very important points related to child mental health, because I really feel that this is a section of our society that is extremely vulnerable, and we need to work towards bettering their mental health. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonakshi.